a small checking in. I do not think to. I, d-ewe-d-k-n-o-t-h-i-n-k-t 0 W-H-O. I do not think to. Now, isn't that what's happening with scene 1 with stupid being supported by you name it, okay? I was talking about I'm tired today. My eyes look like 2 pee holes in a snowbank. That's what my dad used to say. Your eyes look like 2 pee holes in a snowbank. And I can thusly equate. They feel like 2 pee holes in a snowbank today. I was up till 3 plus in the morning making a point. And stupid. 1 certified stupid and 1 half stupid got through. 1 stupid made a comment on me, and then half a stupid questioned me on my time too. Who'd to with who'd debt to tap proof. Proof of foot and proof of root. In thine hind nested the head, do with you, d-o-w-o-o-d. Now, y'all, frame and doffs to top for no reason thief, and can't say you wooed me by the date to complete. Even vent to tell, and tb trial balance bell, be the belly that lays the eye at, i.e. yet to complete. Okay. Anyway, stayed up late. Eyes are like 2 pee holes in a snowbank. They feel like 2 pee holes in a snowbank. I felt it was important to wrap it up and then share that point. So when stupid Chris Stoke, yeah, whatever, commented on me that I was a bot, I'm like, well, you're a blotch. Okay. Blockhead, blotch. I think I started my conversation with him like, hey now nut, you did not sap point, okay, in my prediction. Okay. I wonder why. Why do you need to hype the cur you re-rent in my tin to impose yourself on my mind, M-I-N-E in parentheses D. Doft did not supply, stupid did not supply my mind, okay? Certainly stupid, getting laid by stupid is definitely not my motivation. I do not need stupid seed, okay? I did a little grocery shopping today. I went to Market Basket. They have typically better prices, so I was loading up on juices so I could start making smoothies with fruit and whey protein, and then I bought some mocha, Starbucks mocha espresso coffee that can also be hot. It's actually cheaper for me to buy that rather than go to Dunkin' Donuts or to Starbucks. You know, it's about $5 or 2 or 3 at Dunkin's, and you get the glorious afterbirth of holding foam cup in your hand that's not going to biodegrade. It's like, okay, if a warm drink brings you comfort, Angela, let's see if we can't get out of the foam loop, okay, of abusing the environment to float my boat, even if it's a theoretical one. What else did I buy? I bought a couple of Noosa yogurt, which I really like, and I had one on the way back. It was apple cinnamon, and it was actually truly delightful, and I would dare say it made my day. It was a lovely thing to consume. And while I'm tired with eyes like 2 pea holes in a snowbank, I did go to the gym, and I'm happy about that for keeping this pattern of consistency. And you know, then I got some, the weather's nice, certainly nice enough and navigable. So I've got plenty of juices. I got cheese, sun-dried basil tomato bread for panini. So it'll go great with me soup. And I've got a little bottle of wine I'm still working on, so I'm good. What's good for sitting in my establishment? One of the things that I find the trade-off for me to keep bellying up to the bear, is I want to eat the food I want to eat. And the reason I want to do that is a couple of reasons. I feel like I'm doing real work and I deserve it. The other is if I'm eating something I don't want to eat, and albeit I do snack sometimes for a meal, or throw breakfast at dinner, which I love to do, or sometimes have a donut for dinner, which is pretty awesome. But if I'm not being sated, I'm distracted. I'm distracted. So I'm trying to put myself in the position to sit well. So I can do this work well, knowing that it requires my consistency and presence of mind to be at one on the same line, to lend time to me, Tomeye, ID, be the bed, be the ad, behind, okay? That I dined in my hind, in hind. Apparently I need to show these things to be believed. Because what happens if I don't do it? Take Chris Stoke as example A for Ford Doft everyone, everywhere, everywhere is going to pipe in on me that he laid down his life for me without ever actually thinking of K-N-I-T. Tone, hone, and the head done, honestly. He's not providing the time. I don't know one Doft that is. If he's not providing the time and your desire, okay, to put your penis dye all over the place, you're just ejaculating blanks, okay? You have no desire to my face. And F-A-C-E-T-H, the facet, to the C-E-A-D, I had, okay? I add because I had. And yes, this is not a fact you can displace by saying that you had. Unless you want to be odd. Unless you want to be the bed, okay? T-O-M-E, to the means. To the theme, to the means, that seeked, tit, to be, A-D. Should we see what crap is on Yahoo? Here we go. Apparently there was the Grammys. Something doesn't smell right. Ugh. I don't really see anything worth commenting on. There is one here. Brock Turner's victim is no longer involved in a memorial after Stanford ignores her. Well, there's an interesting meta in here. Let's see. So, if I'm just looking at it literary, you're naming your protagonist, your place. Independent campus newspaper, The Fountain Hopper. A spokesperson told The Cut they were making a scenic spot from where she was raped at Stanford, and she wanted to put a quote on it from the court proceedings, but the people doing the scenic spot wanted to put, it's okay, everything's okay. And then she didn't want to be a part of it. I don't know. Maybe creating memorials for victims isn't really the right way. Fountain hopping. We'll fix it in time, in our tin, tine, and thine, thinking of yours. It is January 30th. So this is the next day, but I'm continuing this video. It's Tuesday morning, and I had a few notes, a few thoughts. If our society is directing us to believe that law is for the people under God, and that God is cast in the male lineage of God and Jesus Christ, and thus by direct apparent visual line of who is toting the law, so is man. So is the man framed to define our time, our womankind. The problem I have with that is it's very obvious, and D-o-b, date of birth, obvious, that you're playing and asking others to play and pay into a value that you are not. That's not your value. And you can only impart and park -t. You can only imp, okay? The problem is you have no real heart. L-H-E-A-R-T. Even L parentheses H-E-A-R. Lear, art. So that you can bring the time, because you are the time. You can only impart and impark -t with hyphens with no real heart. So you're trying to play a part that you don't deserve from the start, yet you're advocating buying into a belief system that you do. You have no real heart unless you're defining the start. So sus origin in everything you do and everyone in follow through. And I frankly do not see that in the marketplace for the want toff to, okay? From Toft to the very people that are speaking on Toft as the head to be brought through and endow now with it too. There's no real heart there. There's no real desire. There's no real work. There's no real ALLAW, okay? Who worked wore the worth of the head, okay? To lend it thanks again. As the date, as the provider of the date, and the land, and the mate, to the mate. Aren't we really speaking through a number of tangents? One, Toft, where you get your money, the affair, okay, even from afar, and a fair tear to get there, as with here. And that our good senses would provide knowing good senses in stride, and side and tide and the ride, okay, of the ID so that we're each an ag. Part of the confusion for me is wrong people talking. You're not the right two people speaking one-on-one. You're not the right one speaking for my time and income, because it's not coming, okay? So I speak for the night as the person carrying do with you, E-W-E. Having reversed the construct. So let me lay this out for you. If you're going to have a society that is going to believe in the law for the people under God, where you're forging the identity that's not yourself, and then you're speaking for my value as you that you can't represent as well. I'm, as a woman, I'm always going to be at a loss pitching on your malfeasant time. To reverse this trend, I would have to be E-W-E-I-D, debt to a land, from my very bed, bend it again. Even in absentia, even if you all here are framen doft, to ta for no reason thiefend. So you're playing with a value that you aren't. You're paying, you're enticing others to believe in your part. That is imp, part, and impark. I am -p -ar parentheses k t with no real heart and no real lear, love, L-E-A-R-T at the time. To even eat the time, to heat the time. Most importantly, T-O-M, to the tomb, to meet, and to the mate, to the mark, to the theme, me, my mere ear are art the night. I am the art of the night in reflection. So I would spell that with no real L parentheses H E-A-R-T 0 M parentheses E A-T parentheses H-E-M parentheses E-A-R parentheses K-T-H-U parentheses E-S-S T parentheses E-A-R-E-A-D. So thus, hus, the hue, the S-T-E, the street, to the female saint, to the stare, star, and tear. The repackaging, the U-R, A-D, aware, do with where. Dow with where, even, the VC, the water closet, C-A-R-E, W-A-R-E. Carry the I and add and read, re-add, because you know who you are speaking to presently. Present, prescient, client, all in one tone, hone, roan, and throne. That necros, its own crone and its own crown. If you think that sounds strange or weird, it's exactly what you're doing on the frame and doff frame. You're eating your own necro crown. You're crowning yourself along with the crowd, where you're incapable of bringing the value that you speak do of. Okay? So you're all feigning and acting a part. You know it or you don't know it, okay? Suffice it to say, I now know it, all right? So sought, to tour, s-o-t-y, parentheses, hyphen, your, your time, you are speaking without any decency in pursuing. The ego, to go odd, prime and dimed. That you could heal your behind, your bed behind, that you would dine and hind, and hind and hind. So for me, so sought as taught. S parentheses O-T A-U-G-H-T parentheses H-A-C parentheses K-T. So sought, I sought the overtime, sought and taught. As I tack, I also hack. Actually, to be the every pound, actual, L parentheses B, E parentheses A, D. The lead, that's led, the be-ad, bed. Doff, take an article of clothing off, D-O-F-F. Tag, parentheses L, go of, E-I-D, with love. So gov with love, go of. G-L, that's glossy. I presume, this is my art and I'm working it, that I can work it to a glossy, flawless dimension. And I only bring that up because working in the lice business, what defines a lice egg is its glossiness. One of the things that I do like about crafting this language, both as a construct and then as a shape, it requires you to think multidimensionally. Where you came from, where you're going to. Okay, you have to think with intention to craft this with meaning. And then also for the eye to think about crafting the spaces in between the letter forms as well. What now reads better? I give it a little more space here. I condense it to fit on Twitter if I need to. Suck some of that space up. You don't get to speak without happenstance. You don't get to speak by writing your word to tread on without being fully capricient present client, okay? In all that you do. And that's probably the proper estimation of value. Value. And that LH, that's left hand, and luteinizing hormone. I believe that's for ovulation. You'll have to check it out. It's been a little while since I looked at that definition. Anyway, you talk about your sex drive and what you find desirable. It shouldn't be a pussy in the military, okay? Because that pussy can't carry my time. I give pussy in the military my time, and it goes to the, in quote, money changers. It turns into time for competition thief-end. All right? I was thinking about, here's the thing. What if Calvin Klein wanted to use me as a model? I could think of a reason to do it. Get some fucking money so I could do some more marketing. But I was thinking, here's the thing. You know, there's this presumption with the man's framework that you are already here as a value, and you're framing my value. And I'm not seeing it that way. I'm seeing that I'm already here and you're not. My value as a woman is already here. Your value as a man is not, okay? Especially where you are part of the hyphenated recognition to deal with war, okay? Thievend, adore, thieven, amor, okay? It's red, R-E-D. You're in the red. And then you foam with fo-am, hyphenated. Foam at the mouth, without a biodegradable land because you're made up. You're made up to speak on the land which was made up, okay? So you're playing parts, speaking for a value you can't bring in and of yourself. Or I would say, cast yourself as the air and camel. C-A-M-E, L/L, parentheses, H-D. So you're playing a part, either you're aware of it or not. I am aware of it. You can't lend. You certainly can't lend if you think you can, but you can't see the configuration that you're in, which is a container red, R-E-D, doft, stupid, to toot, toft, rich, thief-end. Foaming at the mouth with no biodegradable value because you're not innocent in and of yourself to know better or to want to know better. I was thinking about that because I was thinking yesterday, and I think this was on the video, that I bought Starbucks at the grocery store, a larger container of Starbucks mocha coffee, because I thought if I'm going to have coffee, it's less expensive if I buy it this way, heat it myself in the apartment, and get out of Dunkin' Donuts foam cups. You know, I talk to them. Can you put this in a paper cup? No, they've got plastic or foam. I'm like, well, you know, that doesn't biodegrade. You know, there's a pause and a shrug. Like, you want your coffee? And I'm like, yeah, I guess. Fuck. Okay. Shit. You know, me not going to Dunkin' Donuts, saving one foam cup out of all incarnation that's going to add up, you know. You can see the trajectory of Dunkin' Donuts alone producing foam cups that go nowhere. They do not biodegrade. What are you doing? You're turning the environment into a trash heap. Given time, that is your trajectory, okay? Curiously, hospitals do the same thing. Put everything you buy there in foam that does not biodegrade. And you could say it's for sanitary reasons, but you do get, is it called MRSA? You get bugs from going to the hospital. So, you know, if you're doing things for the image of sanitariness, -t, you're not still honestly bringing the time. And wouldn't it be more divine to think of a dive, to dive into a vine where someone's thinking all the time, trying to think it through, and with what's necessary. Meaning, I'm not going to dress this up for you. We've got real work to do, okay? I'm not going to dress this up for you when it's clearly that you suck, -t, you know? So let's start. If you need me to figure it out with you, fine. If you need me to make you wear your own stain, given time, which is my time, that you're not bringing, neither are you broadcasting, that's fine. Ass find. I can do that. So, let's see. I was thinking, yeah, the foam. If you're playing a part, you're foaming at the mouth, and it's hyphenated, okay? It's not biodegradable. I think on some level, that's what kind of makes people a little, I mean, certainly I get pissed, but I don't pick up a gun to find resolution. But when you think about what you're broadcasting, you're only speaking on the ag, ag hyphen, parentheses, re hyphen, at hyphen, e hyphen. The great re-ate ag at the gat and the gate, okay? This is what you believe in. You believe in having a conversation with a gun, on a gun, about a gun, and someone who's going to judge your value to broadcast on a gun again. To begat a gun, begat. That's why I say your Bible bled doft. It's stupid. You are not bringing the value because you're not the value. And what you're doing heinously is you're casting a woman to speak on to toy you with woo-d, the date to keep competing, fort and forked, no reason, thiefant. So what you're doing as a whole framework of man is you're staging women to believe in you and your innocence that you would bring the value while, W-I-L-E, not one of you are capable in your desire, okay? What you're also doing when you set up a system and organization like LAWT, L-A-W-T, that's wet with 2x2, hyphenated, thiefing through, is you're setting up a woman, no matter what she does not get follow through with your toy wood. Okay? She does not get follow through with your toy woo-d. And I believe that is a broadcast silently through the till. The sill, the S-I-L-L, the ledge under the ocean, the till. It's still ill. -K -T. Okay? You're broadcasting. You're broadcasting a container. And anyone in that fucking container knows how to treat a woman. Like Paul Drinan. Okay? It's not going to give me fucking money. He said he had a job. I did the job. Makes him look really good. Okay? Then he doesn't pay me. When I ask him for it, he takes a harassment order out on me, okay? You don't think he knows what he is, in quotations, doing. You think he doesn't know what he's doing? Oh, by the way, he's an actor, too. Who can't act the one ego, go odd, given part, okay? He can't imp part, okay? I'm saying when you imp, it is hyphenated and in quotations one way, okay? The problem is now, and I've made it apparent, you, Freeman Doff Stupid to Two Toff Thief End, have already spoken for a value. Now you get to deliver it or step off. Back to Calvin Klein. What if? What if I even entertain an idea? What if Calvin Klein wanted to use me as a model? Emotionally, the possibility seems uplifting. It's something totally different from what I get to do with toy wood, okay? Can you imagine? I make money just by having someone take a picture. Fuck. Really? So that's the emotional quotient. The other is, I'm already here and you, Freeman Doft, are not. So I have to question, if I'm already here and you do not want to be here, I'm actually the frame. And I should be framing myself. Because I ask myself then, if I'm already here and you're not and you don't want to be, then what I'm asking myself is, why would I put that extra step in? Why would I have anyone else frame me? You know, why would I go to Calvin Klein when I'm already here? And it's just an extra step in a way to be frivolous with my time and my image. I'm already here. I could take my own picture. Okay. You know. I can make my own clothes too. I'm not against collaboration. I just, I'm trying to get at the essence of it. What's necessary? And I'm like, I think it puts you on the wrong footing to be framed by Freeman Doft to deal with war, okay? Which is part of creating this artificial competition among women, because you see some that get lifted up because of their good looks, or now, trying to be equitable, plus size looks, but the fact is, it's still a lazy sport. S-P-O-R- parentheses E-T-. Okay? It's a lazy sport. You're being framed by stupid. You're being artificially raised up in esteem and a value for no reason, thief end. And how do you keep the attention on you that you've already got thief end? Well, one way you could do it is to take off your clothes, okay? And then keep showing your narcissistic sophistication by buying into designer fashion, okay, with hyphens. So you keep turning attention on you as if you're the ultimate expression at your whimsical fingertips and beautiful direction. When I think of what a woman to a man relationship is in our society, if you want to be perceived at the echelon, then the woman needs to be comely and be wearing fashionable clothing, okay? And I am directly asserting that you're dressing up for no reason, thief end. You've not earned that value one-on-one with the desire to, okay? You have a false ID, you make false money, you put your false signature on it, you play false parts as an actress, you marry someone who is false in the government, you forge alliances to take jets around the world and then write them off as doing business, -t. Make merriment going to Disneyland with your sheets of me-1-I-ID- that you can't step off of stupid for your income, okay? Because you're only rich because you're standing on stupid, sending stupid to war, as would be your own contort, and conbort, TB, tort, and bort, hyphenated. And thus you get to carry on foaming at the mouth while you're making money for no reason, thiefing, go around. And I get to watch you asking sound. You're not sound, you're two idiots. Two idiots to sophistry, okay? Oh, look at the way you could string that grammar, okay? That grammar into one malfeasant sentence after another. I slept in today because I was up till 3 plus in the morning the other day, but I have to say that that was a small, however significant gesture of follow through. I've illustrated on the same time in line, TL, total loss, where what's being lost when you look visually is I'm tossing innocence that I'm making. Okay, so I'm losing zeros with no hyphens around them. You know who is creating value, okay, and why they're creating it. Reason as desire in life even, okay? So what I've illustrated is no one wants to stand with stupid on the same T parentheses L-I-N-E, okay? Me, one I, my money, with no hyphens, is my tin and my time and my total loss line given at the same time. There's your square, okay? Re-add as you dare, as you want to be there, as with here, okay? So we're understanding the dynamic here. I'm really put into this position to represent you, E-W-E, because it's the only available opposition to what is already made dupe and dup, okay? Dupe and dup is speaking for value that he can't bring, okay? But you're speaking of the ultimate value, God, in the lineage of Christ. So I'm saying, certainly, dude, when you not give Christ a mate worthy of a preview, a review, okay? In an open format. You know, because here's the thing, dude is publicly gets to shit tone, hyphenated, everywhere on every woman. There's going to be the woman that agrees with stupid, but you're not the you, E-W-E-I-D, okay? And you did not bring value either. But please understand, stupid, gets to speak. He's speaking on the ag, and that ag is in quotations, that gave Doft the money and the sustainability and to be able to look like a prime mover, thus the LH, the left hand, and the luteinizing hormone to think, wow, he's my savior. Forked, no reason, thief end. Okay? And he wants the same of you. Okay? That's not real desire. Okay? That's not love. You're not doing real work. And at the very best, bet you both have eros and lust in trust. The trust, T-R-U-S-S, the framework. Okay? So it's quite ironic that you're going to speak of God and a value and have false emotions, but not bring any value, not even think to bring any value in and of yourself, to put it on the line, okay? To tarry and honor conscious carry Tao, okay? With your own hide. Your hide, two things. Where you hide, I hide something so you can't see it, but your hide is also the leather, the skin. What you see is what you get. May I suggest, as my guest and yours, to look in. I try very hard to present myself in terms of what you see is what you get. And I'm not here to misspent or missent anyone, okay, malfeasantly. You're right at this time. You're going to the wrong framework, okay? But I understand the gesture. It's been spoken of that it's going to value you, but it's not really, okay? So get over the disappointment and start bringing yourself. And in doing so, you start changing that gam, which is a leg, game. It will be interesting because that viral episode of the teacher saying that, you know, people in the military are stupid. And then, of course, I did take time to go down darn near every one of those on Twitter and make a comment, and I got one comment back and one half. One, you must be a bot. I'm like, whatever, numbnut. I called you numbnut from the beginning. NUM hyphen B hyphen parentheses N hyphen U hyphen T/T hyphen. Num, nut, and butt, okay? It's all hyphenated. The other was someone with a question mark. I'm like, go take that question mark to your own malfeasant time, okay? Because that allows you the luxury of keep questioning mine, which is already here, okay? Mind you well, it is already here. There were some news outlets, Fox News, I think some newspaper reporters, etc. And of course, then I sent it to my little Twitter list that I'm working right now of people, which for news includes the Sydney News, probably in Australia, Anderson Cooper, Megan Kelly, Huff Post, Calvin Klein, Apple, Tucker Carlson, Breitbart News. So I'm saying it's very interesting because when I was reading on that Twitter episode where everyone is upset that's in the military, like, hey, this dude's saying we're stupid, I'm like, yeah, you are stupid, and I'm going to explain it to you one-on-one, and I'm not getting a response back, okay? I think that's your story to stop malfeasantly foaming at the mouth, okay? You know, that foaming's not biodegradable because you don't have an honest zero in it, in capacity. You're not manufacturing innocence with yourself to be looking upon. If I can reiterate it, if anyone needs that, the law-T is a belief system that had to have started. If you're going to speak for the Savior and you're not the Savior, okay, your motive for speaking for the Savior when you're not the Savior is to make do. Make do with what? Well, with your desire to get laid, okay? But how you're doing it is you're manicuring an image, okay? And in manicuring and only concentrating on the image, you're not the real producer of value. So no matter what you say you would do, you're dowing with war to get your message through, okay? It's easy for me to obviously how do I want to put this? If I wrote it down. Nope. I was going to say it's easier for me to not believe. It's like this. I'm confident in myself. I'm not confident in quotation you. Okay? And I think it's the reverse. I think it's the reverse in the paradigm to frame end off to toff thief end. I think you're confident in quotations you, but you're not confident in you too. TOWHO. because you're not one. All right? Whether it's want or not, I would say you put on me, and I've had to work through this for years, you put on me having to work through a duress of being true to myself and being more uncomfortable and the revealing that the more true to myself I am, the less sustainability I'm going to get from toy you with woo-d. Okay? So you really put the duress of your own malfeasance on a person like me. And then, because you're wearing my false face of value that you get to go everywhere lightly in terms of, I've already brought the value and I'm beautiful to look at. I'm not the ugly hag and bag and nag, okay? That I also get to work through that. Like, I have to work through being questioned. What's my fucking problem? It's like, well, you didn't bring the value, and I get to point that out to you in a way that you're going to hear it, which is slinging shit on you in your own fucking name and making you wear it. And then setting up the dynamic of you're going to have to pay me now to get a better mark, as if you knew better from the start. Okay, so I get to look manipulative also, but the fact is I'm just unmanipulating your stupid game, thief end, okay? But back to the emotions, no, there were years in terms of shit. I was not able to explain to myself, but certainly I felt it, that anything I did to be even a product was this sort of working against this quiet depression of, no matter what you do, it's not going to be seen as a value, okay? You're not going to get any sustainability for what you do. So what I tend to do exclusively for myself, okay? Because what's the reward in that? Well, it's exactly what I put into it. It's one of my reasons why I like to go to the gym. What I put in, I get out. It's good that way for the most part. What I don't like sometimes when I go to the gym is sometimes too much socializing, because I don't usually provide time or energy for that. I'm not saying all bad, but every once in a while, I might get in a position where it bends my ear, and more I'm kind of like, you know what, dude, you need to put your value online, and you also need to be paying me to put it on my line, okay? So when I'm talking about people at the gym, and of course that's not happened lately because I've just started going back, but it's putting me more and more in a position to question, one, you need to know who you're talking to, and you need to understand the value that I've brought, and you need to understand, you need to get on my framework and pay me for that, for my lot, okay? Because it seems false to me if you're going to value me in passing, and one, you don't know better, two, you don't want to know better, and three, you're treating me like every other woman -d, okay? You broadcast on fraudulently. So that's one subtle shift for me, where I'm kind of like, I'm for being polite and friendly. I really am. But, I don't get any sustainability out of that standing here friendly for you. As much as I don't get any sustainability out of being the best bet of a critical thinker with my example. with my character example, okay? So so this politeness and conviviality comes across to me as a fraudulent waste of time. It may be nice, but it's coming across as a fraudulent waste of time. I can be a critical thinker. I can build a parallax. We can see through, and we can see-t-he. We conceive the het, okay, that would continue in quotations 2 by 2. I can't necessarily build on any value from the ground up. I mean, perhaps at some point, but either I really need to be making my own money, ea.ven, or with another format, like I was thinking silk money, actually, ea.ven, or you all need to start buying in. Why? Well, if I'm the head of my own amen. So going back to how the dud-e can speak toft, thief-end, everywhere. Okay, the ag and toft provide the dud-e to be able to make his own, a cycle of his own amens, okay? He's paid to be a dud-e, and the ag condones his value as a primary mover to dow with war, to be sustainable, to broadcast am more, or adore. What you don't see, the value is always in the red, okay? And he's hyphenated, foaming at the mouth to get it back in black again. So you've got this theater of the absurd. A-B, away and back, hyphen, S-I-R, hyphen, E, hyphen, D, hyphen. The dude sired red, okay? And now all he has to do is show up malfeasantly, make some fucking malfeasant noise, forked no reason, thief-end, and then dow with while, W-I-L-E, hyphenated, he'll get it back in black again, okay? But it's not an honest black, all right? But you understand the theater of the absurd is tugging at the time to be observed for no reason, thief-end. You're moving the same hyphenated sit and shit around, okay? You're never bringing the time for completion by being the time. So for me, waking up today, trying to, kind of get my biorhythms back. It's significant. I was able to point out, I was able to make a point and to share that point. T-U-S-H, parentheses, E-A-R-E. Because I went to the public forum as my own ag with my own backing. You can see it, black and white, right online. I've been dragging my ass as my asked, okay? The whole way. And it provides me T-B, tread and bread, okay? B-R-E-A-D, be the reed, to speak on, to with confidence. I've made it. T parentheses B-O-W-E-L-L parentheses H-D. Trial balance, toweled the head as boweled, okay? Which to me is curious broadcasting and seems to me the dynamic for others to understand the real value at hand. Okay, they didn't bring it in themselves. So I feel that's significant. I took that on the other night to go through comment after bullshit after bullshit comment and make my own on it. I took the time deliberately. I was going to sit there. I'm like, you put this shit in front of me. Now you're going to sit up and watch me shit on you. And it, no matter how long it takes. Well, it took till 3 in the morning. And I don't think I went to bed straight away. So I could have started sleeping at 4 in the morning. I do not know. But, next day, two comments. One and the other a question mark. Well, you know what? That's saying some met thing, okay? Because when I reintroduced it back to stupid and gave him every comment that I made and have put on my website software to upload onto the website now permanently, I did not get a comment back. And that's my point. That's my point. To then T parentheses H E N parentheses D S H parentheses E A R E. Shear and share. NS nanoseconds.